Hello everyone, I'm ExtraCheesy87 and this is Let's Play Trails of Cold Steel 3, part 145. In the previous video we continued our party time adventures. We have talked to pretty much everyone, again. We talked to everyone, then we talked to everybody again. So now it's time to push on, I suppose. And so the party continued with Reen never getting the opening to talk to the Chancellor. Well, okay. The party in full swing, people again gathered in the center of the garden. Okay, oh god.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience. To start us off, my sister Alphin will have the first dance. The way I hear it, people all across the Empire have been awaiting this moment for years.
Really fucking creepy.
Like me, she is now 17 years old, and this dance will serve as her debut into high society. Her first dance partner shall be a certain instructor at Thor's military academy. None other than the Ashen Chevalier, Reen Schwarzer.
So then he's the princess's...
Nope.
I hear he's only the son of a baron, but I suppose it's okay these days.
He seems to carry himself well. Sure enough.
Yeah, there have been rumors going around like wildfire.
It's a huge honor, I guess.
Yes, he shall be the princess's first.
Sounds dirty when you put it that way. See?
Classy, guys.
He was drowning in fame before, and now everyone's talking like him and the princess are already married.
Yeah, seems like everyone's reading way too much into this.
Well, to some degree, yes.
However will this play out, I wonder?
I suppose this is...
And then as soon as the dance starts, Reen judo throws her to the ground. Says, "Ha, that's what I think of your nobility. Down with the Empire."
To tell the truth, I'm actually already acquainted with Mr. Reen Schwarzer. He's the older brother of my dearest friend. Allow me to introduce Elise Schwarzer. She is the student council president at St. Estrella Girls' School. Princess?
Oh no, I hate this even more.
And she will be making her debut into high society alongside me tonight. Reen will choose which of us he dances with.
Oh god, I hate it. I hate it so fucking much.
Whoever he chooses, there will be no hard feelings.
Very well played, Princess.
My cringe meter, it's fucking broken.
Aw, what an adorable workaround.
Well, I mean, you know it's not Elise. I'm not... The Anti-Horny Alliance will not condone any sister fucking, alright?
She really is something else.
Princess!
You're a real lifesaver.
And like, it maybe wouldn't be so bad if they didn't bring up the sister thing all the time. You know? I mean, that's a topic I've kind of already talked about a little bit in the first... I can't remember which one it was. I don't know. You know, the comparisons between the way they treat Reen and Elise versus the way they did Estelle and Joshua, where they're really not the same. Like, really, you know, because the Estelle Joshua, like, sister-brother thing is brought up, like, I don't know, 2 times in all of Sky, and then immediately dropped as soon as any romantic intentions are brought up. You know, they never refer to each other as sister or brother. Honestly, I don't even know if Joshua ever actually refers to Estelle as a sister a single time. I mean, there's probably like a couple cases.
I will respectfully take both the hand of my sister and her best friend, the princess.
What the hell is this?
It might be a bit unorthodox, but please, allow us Schwarzer siblings to have the first dance.
I got no comment, man.
I wonder whose idea this was.
My word. Can one man truly be this lucky?
Lucky enough to dodge that bullet, you mean?
Yes. Had he danced with the princess first, the whole city would be planning their honeymoon by now. However, since he and his sister danced first, that ship has sailed, as it were.
Yeah, now he's the sister fucker.
Oh, Alfin.
He's true nobility now.
That Ashen Chevalier is certainly quite the man. Wouldn't you agree?
You can thank Baron Schwarzer for raising him that way.
Now, all you young people here with us, follow their lead and enjoy yourselves. The summer festival's blue moon shines on us this night. I am certain the spirits are especially riled. So, let us give them a show.
Yeah, my spirits are riled, alright. I guess maybe we don't actually have to pick anything here. Alright, well that at least frees me of that burden. Bro, Elliot's in there. Fee's a little too short to be with Gaius. I guess it just rain dances with literally everyone. With every, I guess not everyone, it's just Toa, Yuna, and Elisa? Laura and Emma fans get out.
For arriving so late.
The game doesn't respect you. Oh god.
Rufus. Ah, so good to see you.
Is that Governor General Rufus?
I didn't know he was coming.
It seems you've stolen the spotlight all to yourself.
To tell the truth, I was at a party held by the Imperial Household Agency. I wish to greet His Highness Olivert, Governor Regnitz, Lord Rogner, and Viscount Arcade before making my way here.
I see.
Thank you for your courtesy.
The night is yet young, and the party has only just begun.
Nope, it's over. Party's done.
Bring out more food and drinks. Please continue to enjoy yourselves, by all means.
You, sis, come with me. Let us catch up, my dear brother.
Don't do it.
Marcius, Elisa, Elliot, and Laura as well. Join us. I'm sure we've much to talk about.
Don't do it.
In that case, I shall call upon Ms. Valestein and Ms. Herschel. Come, allow me to introduce you to the Empress.
Kinda weird.
What's this about all of a sudden?
I don't know. There's no way we can refuse.
Yeah, you can. You just say, nah, I'm cool, dude. There's chicken wings over there on that table.
Why just us, though? Does it have something to do with our families?
Yeah, so who all did he call upon? He called Marcius, Elisa, Elliot, and Laura. Yeah, I mean, they are all important. I mean, who does that leave? I mean, that leaves all of new Class 7. I mean, of old Class 7, there's still Milliam, there's Emma. Is that it? Gaius? Ophi as well. I guess it'd probably be easier to tell just by looking.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. May as well get going then.
I suppose I'll go.
I wonder what they're talking about.
Think we should follow?
Yes.
Yeah.
Reen,
Go away, Claire.
Oh, Claire!
What's wrong?
Well, this may come as a surprise, but a certain someone would like to speak with you.
Certain someone?
You mean the someone who just left, perhaps?
Understood. I'll be going, everyone.
Alright.
Yes. Good luck.
Try not to be too nervous.
Not really nervous.
Rain? Instructor?
Huh.
Just go straight to the end of the hall, then make a right.
Are you following me? Is this how Ring gets like fucking executed in a back room or something? Oh god. What if I went... head to the right? What if... Oh, is this the right you're talking about? Get wrecked. Oh, okay. Can we talk to you? I mean, this might be helpful, but try not to be too on edge. You've met with His Majesty several times already, right? I don't know what he wants to talk to you about, but I can't imagine it's anything bad. So wait, we're talking to the Emperor, not Osborne? Okay. Because wait. Yeah, because Rufus and them are... I was thinking we were talking to Osborne, but I guess we're talking to the Emperor? There are many young people attending this, because I was wondering why he would, like, do it in such a weird way of, like, announcing that he's taking Sarah and Toa. Because, I mean, you could pretty easily be like, oh, the Ashen Chevalier.
It's luxurious.
Come, let us
It's
talk.
a sizable lounge for palace guests.
Oh, are you Mr. Schwarzer? Your dances were splendid. I'm looking forward to your future success. Thank you. So I guess you don't necessarily have like a final Bond event in this game. It's just, you know, you can see all of them, which is nice, but it kind of, I don't know. I'm a little undecided. I did kind of like the finality of having like one in particular, but I do also like that you can just kind of see all of them. But they do also feel a little like not nearly as fleshed out as they were in prior games. Question of Princess Alphen's dance partner was full of gossip bills across the nation. Indo dodged the issue quite skillfully, though. Thank you, my apologies. It's fine, wasn't all that interested in it to begin with. May you continue an honorable service, Ashen Chevalier. I trust you're enjoying yourself. If you require anything at all, please don't hesitate to let me know. Thank you, Major Claire. Mr. Schwarzer, we've been notified of your visit. Please proceed. I already talked to you?
There's the back room.
Yes, let's go.
What if I take a left? Green! It's not that hard. This is maybe the case, but there's no one here at the moment. Either way, I shouldn't be wasting time now. Can we make... Oh, we can't make Claire go skirt? She hasn't yet learned that technology. Greetings. His Majesty is waiting. Please enter. I mean, do I have any other choice or anything else I can do? I mean, it seems kind of weird that they're like... What happens if I try and go back? Just out of curiosity. Am I gonna get scolded? It's clear gonna be like, quit wasting time. Claire, I can't talk to the door if you're in the way. Alright, fine. And then we get Claire stuck on geometry and ditch her.
Sir Reen Schwarzer has arrived.
Very good. See him in.
Hey yo, what's up, Yuji?
I apologize for calling you here like this, Instructor Schwarzer.
No, it's an honor to have an audience with the Emperor.
Your dances with your sister and Alphen were a sight to behold.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
Your skills as a lead were just as impressive as the rumors suggested. I'm sure my daughter was very happy.
Well,
But if anyone's gonna be dating my daughter, it's me, Reen. I'm sure you get what I mean.
I'm only joking. You've helped out Oliver numerous times. You've rescued Alphen twice. And you saved Cedric's life at the end of the Civil War.
I mean, if you just want to give us the palace, that's fine. We'll accept it.
My entire family is grateful for everything you and the rest of Class 7 has done. As the Awakener of the Ashen Knight, the very same one my ancestor once piloted, you have saved many lives and averted many crises.
So you knew the truth about Emperor Dreikels?
Yes, indeed. As well as the relationship between the Chancellor and yourself.
You know that, too?
Yes, I figured it out somewhere along the way. When I asked, the Chancellor didn't deny it, so I took that to mean my suspicions were correct. He and I have much in common. Both of us have lost loved ones to the foolish schemes of others.
I wonder if that means that's how Oliver's mom died then? They said
I've heard about the Chancellor, but Your Highness?
Because I just kind of assumed she had died of like natural causes, but the Empress did say it was a tragedy, so...
It happened long ago. Have you perhaps heard anything regarding Oliver's birth mother?
I may have heard a rumor once. Apparently she was a commoner, but she passed away tragically.
The two of us enrolled at Thor's in the same... Everyone goes to dang Thor's. There's no other schools in the country. He was a commoner, but her intelligence, grace, and bright smile were anything but common. We'd fight at times, and eventually fell in love. Though both of us were young, we became involved with each other. We ended up dropping out of school and returning to our hometown. Then sometime later, I found out she had given birth to a boy. That boy was Oliver. I was still Crown Prince at the time. I wanted to make her my Empress, but she refused. I was at least able to send some of the Vanders to guard her. Or one of the Vanders. So I guess that's how... It's all young Muller. And Oliver looks so weird as, like, young. My father and the lords of the four great houses have been pestering me to get married for years, but I held out hope that she'd change her mind. However, when my father fell ill, a group of Jaegers seeking favor with one of the four great houses attacked her and Oliver. The eldest son of the Vander family managed to save Oliver, but he lost her life. My father passed on. I had lost her. I welcomed Oliver as the one ray of light left in my life, and I officially announced he was my son. Shortly thereafter, I married to ensure this tragedy would not repeat itself. He was the daughter of a small noble family working as a maid. Priscilla accepted my courtship, despite knowing that my heart still belonged to my first love. Oliver seemed intent on walling himself off from everyone in the palace, but Priscilla was able to get him to open up. He finally accepted me as his father, and when the twins were born, he was just as happy as the rest of us, if not more so. And so that is the messy history of the current imperial family.
I had no idea.
Okay, I do want to revisit this a little bit. Okay. He's Crown Prince. He wants her to move in, and everything. She doesn't want to. So that answers that question. I thought that was a little weird, the whole that Oliver was not living with his dad, right? That it didn't seem like he was providing for him, but that was at the mother's insistence. Yeah, the father and lords have been pestering me to get married for years. So a group of Jaegers seeking favor with one of the four great houses attacked her and Oliver. But like, why? I'm married to ensure this tragedy would not like... I don't really get why they would attack them. I guess... Okay, okay, so... The four great houses want him to get married. He won't get married because he still wants to marry this lady. So I'm guessing they think if they eliminate her, then there won't be any obstacle to him getting married. Which doesn't really make that much sense, if I'm being honest. I mean, it kind of, like, it makes sense, but, like, I don't... It just seems weird. Like, I get it on a logical level, but... I feel... Because, I mean, I guess it doesn't say the four great houses got the Jaegers to do it. The Jaegers did it independently. But it just seems like a really easy way to, like, infuriate the Emperor and have him vow to destroy the nobility as a class, which kind of seems like maybe that's what he's trying to do. If that's, like, why he's working with Osborne, is to get back at the four great houses and, like, their level of influence.
But are you sure it's all right to tell me all this?
It's no great secret. Most of the larger noble families already know. But my point is this. Both the Chancellor and I lost loved ones. But our sons yet live. Certainly a unique point of commonality, wouldn't you say?
That's true. Is that why you appointed him as Imperial Chancellor?
It's true that I felt an affinity with him. However, the most important factor was his negotiation of the ceasefire with Liberl. The events of Hamel wounded my heart deeply. But I knew I could not allow them to be made public.
Why?
He managed to get both the four great houses and Liberl to concede to his terms and put the 100 Days' War to an end.
I mean, if anything, it's kind of an insult to everyone who died to keep it a secret.
And so rose the first common-born Imperial Chancellor.
Now I understand. But in the 13 years since he became Chancellor, a lot has changed. The nobles have lost power, while he's only gotten stronger. And he's using that power to steer Erebonia in a dangerous direction. With all due respect, I don't think it's right to sit back and let him continue.
Oh my god, is Reen finally based?
I understand your concern. Oliver's as well. Oliver is more concerned for his brother and sister's futures than anyone. In that respect, he sees the Chancellor as a bigger threat than the nobles do. However, things are not so simple. Regarding myself and the Chancellor, tragedies like Hamel, at times, this nation will make the most tragically foolish decisions. During the War of the Lions, the brothers of the royal family spilled each other's blood and pulled the nation into their feud. The history of Erebonia is smeared with blood and alight with flames, more than any other country.
That's... He's right. Deception is an important tool in politics and war, but the thought of killing your own people as an excuse to invade another country...
As a teacher of history, I'm sure you have your own thoughts on this matter. So tell me, do you know the people of Erebonia to have a cruel temperament?
Is there something in the fucking water?
No. The people of Erebonia are sincere and value honor and pride. They think highly of martial skill, but know it is a virtue to use it only when absolutely necessary. The incidents you spoke of, it's almost as though a devil had been whispering in their ear.
Is that really going to be the explanation? I mean, I know they kind of implied that with Dreikel's, right? There was that shade or whatever in the Black Records that was haunting him.
Precisely. There is something in Erebonia. Something which bends people's minds and steers them toward chaos.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Perhaps it could be called a curse. One that has been with us since the founding of this nation. If you've read the Black Records, you may have some idea what I speak of.
I don't really like the idea of trying to absolve all their sins by being like, actually, the devil made them do it.
The Black Records?
It would seem the church is seeking them out, but the original writings are in the imperial family's possession. Only those who succeed the throne are permitted to read them.
What?
They are records of the truth of this nation's history, and a prophecy of its future. An inevitable future, no doubt. I'm certain any attempts to avoid it will only cause things to become further warped and twisted. That is one of the reasons I am not putting a stop to the Chancellor's actions.
Sure, I don't know all the details, but Both the Chancellor and His Highness understand the situation fully. Yet they...
And so, I plan to not avert my eyes and watch to the end.
Huh?
As the ruler of Erebonia, the empire mired in darkness and founded under a curse, I shall watch my sons, the Crimson Wings, the new light of the nobility, and Class 7, both old and new.
Because I don't really like this whole the devil made them do it angle. Because I felt like that was kind of the point, is Erebonia was like supposed to represent how nationalism can corrupt good people and lead them to do awful things, right? And so it being the devil made them evil, I kind of hate, in all honesty.
To see if any of them can overcome the iron will of the Chancellor and light the way to a new path for this nation.
I promise to give everything I have to find this new path. Not just as a member of Class 7, but on behalf of Thor's Military Academy and all its students and graduates.
You're aware that would include both myself and the Chancellor, yes? But all the same, well said.
I don't know. I mean, I'll withhold judgment a little bit for now until we learn a bit more, but like my initial reaction is I actually hate this as an explanation.
Welcome back.
Because, I mean, I felt like the whole idea that like Erebonia is an example of how rampant militarism and nationalism can lead to generally good people kind of looking blindly upon, war crimes and evil that they wouldn't normally look favorably upon is like the whole point, right?
I'm not sure what you two spoke about, but I trust it was well worth the time.
Yes, most definitely.
Precisely. There is something in Erebonia, something which bends people's minds and steers them toward chaos.
Reen.
It's nothing. Major, can I ask you something?
Finished with your chat?
Your Excellency.
It would appear you want no need to speak with me about something. I can't take too much time out of my schedule, but I have a room prepared. Shall we?
Yes, let's go.
Is that Ash? It is Ash.
Where are you headed, Ash?
I gotta take a piss. Wanna join me?
I think I'll pass.
It's a good cover. Because Kurt's gonna say no.
But let me say this. Don't so much as think about sneaking out.
Well, he's not sneaking out, he's sneaking in.
Huh? I admit it's a bit nerve-wracking, but this truly is a special event. We should all enjoy it together as Class 7.
Who would have guessed the pretty boy was just as big of a nag as that wild filly? Maybe somewhere along the line, I'll let those guys get to me.
Oh, is something the matter, sir?
Oh, yeah, I was just on my way back from the bathroom, but I noticed something strange.
Did he throat chop him?
Something strange, sir?
Yeah, it's just around the corner here.
I believe this will be the first time we've been able to speak one-on-one like this. Since, of course, that day 14 years ago.
That barely counts.
His Majesty told me General Craig, too.
So I've heard. His Majesty knows the truth of my circumstances, more or less. Craig and Van Dyke, on the other hand, only know the facts that float on the surface. They remain in the dark as to what truly happened to Brigadier General Gileath Osborne.
Then will you tell me? What happened 14 years ago? Why did you leave me? Why did you leave your son? Why did you become a completely different person? You trampled over everything in your way, robbed the people of their pride and independence, and planted the seeds of the Civil War. After what you did to Jirai, you annexed Crossbelt and North Ambria, and now you're planning a war with Calvard. At the same time, you're working with the Black Workshop and trying to bring all the darkest parts of the world toward the surface. What are you... No. Why are you doing this?
It sounds as though you've figured a great many things out on your own. First, allow me to commend you for not being consumed by your false hero's title. Very well. I shall start with your first question. After I lost Kasha, I left you in Ymir, and 3 months later His Majesty bid me investigate the Hamel incident. Afterward, I went to negotiate with the Queen of Liberl. The Queen agonized over the decision, but I knew she wanted peace as soon as possible. Eventually, she agreed to the terms of the ceasefire.
You're kind of like glossing over the thing we really want to know, which is what were you doing for 3 months?
The noble officers behind everything, led by Lecter's father, were given the death penalty, and the 4 great houses were put in check.
Okay, so Lecter's dad is the actual ringleader then. Okay. Because they kind of were a little ambiguous. They just implied that he was at the top of it, but not necessarily like it wasn't his idea. He just sanctioned it and, saw it come through. I mean, obviously he's still, guilty and deserving of death, but...
All in a single month.
Like, I'm not gonna,
In recognition of my accomplishment, His Majesty appointed me Chancellor.
Not gonna, care too much over the death penalty getting used in that case. Maybe not really a fan of the death penalty in terms of, like, real-world applications, but in this situation...
I'm grateful to Teo. He accepted my request not to reveal anything to you. But at the same time, it meant I had to sever my ties to both you and him. As a revolutionary, taking on the 4 great houses, I needed to be on my own. I couldn't have anything holding me back.
At the same time, you run like a secret police? You could have, like, sent him a letter.
So her name was Kasha, the woman who gave birth to me.
Once I became Chancellor, I crushed those who opposed me, expanded our railway network, and garnered even more power. Behind the scenes, I also made deals with Ouroboros and joined forces with the Black Workshop. After the incident in Liberl, I cut ties with the Snakes and robbed them of the Black Workshop's loyalty. Then, 2 years ago, I used Rufus to fell the Noble Alliance from within. And ultimately, I stole Ouroboros' phantasmal blaze plan right out from under them.
Yeah, but like, what does that mean?
What even is the Phantasmal Blaze plan? And what are you planning to do with it?
How do you steal a plan?
By this point, it's safe to say Ouroboros' goal is no different from their gospel plan in Liberl. The acquisition of Adios' treasures, the Septarian.
I don't really agree with that, because they clearly don't want the Septarians, because they awaken it in Kia, and then they fuck the hell off. They make no effort actually to protect it in any way, form, or fashion. Same with the Oriel, right? That's kind of implied to be, that's Wiseman's own thing. Like, it seems like he's kind of, like, the order to do something with the Septurions comes from the Grand Master, but the actual plan was all Wiseman's thing, right? And he wasn't even given that much support. The Enforcers basically were kind of given a choice to help him out, and most of them didn't.
In Crossbell, they used the false phantasm to awaken the blaze in Erebonia. But the prize they seek is more than simply that blaze.
So False Phantasm would be the Mirage Septurion. I guess Blaze would be the Flame one.
This dark land once housed two treasures. The clash between the two of them resulted in the creation of the Great One. All the people, things, and history of Erebonia are inexorably entangled in its blessings and its curse. I'm sure you've been able to deduce that much from certain historical documents you've been reading.
Oh no, I don't actually check treasure chests, so I'm completely in the fucking dark, dude. For some reason, they hid all this lore behind beating the incredibly long game on a New Game Plus save for some reason. It was really fucking odd.
What are you?
Pardon me, Your Excellency.
Claire, could you fuck the hell off?
The Emperor is calling for you.
We're finally getting some, like, it's like the series is finally maybe trying to hint at, like, explaining some shit for the first time. And I don't know, since it started, and Claire's coming in, hey, what if we stopped doing that?
Understood. That shall be all.
I mean, granted, we didn't really learn anything here from what Osborne said. I mean, I've kind of already mentioned that I guess that, I mean, that Ouroboros' plan has to obviously involve the Septurions. We don't really know exactly what that is. It seems like they don't, I mean, I don't agree with it's the acquisition of their treasures in the slightest, because that doesn't really seem to be what they're after. Because, I mean, Wiseman, you know, essentially kind of destroys the Oriel by merging with it. Now, you could say that's him kind of going off and doing his own thing, which I think is kind of the implication that he gets that power and he, you know, ignores his loyalty to the Grand Master to take control of it for himself. But you would think it's also that, like, Campanelle would know that Wiseman was planning to do that and would have informed the Grand Master, and you would think if they really cared about acquiring the Septurions for their own personal use, they would have sent in other Anguists or Enforcers to try and stop him from trying to take control of it himself. So, like, I don't really agree with the idea they're trying to acquire them. They're trying to do something with them, but...
Wait! We're not done yet! There's so much more I need to ask! How did you survive being shot through the heart? Are you the same as the Jaeger King, the Steel Maiden, and Siegfried? Or does it have something to do with the scar on my chest and this power I have?
14 years ago, when we were attacked, your heart was punctured by debris. Kasha, your mother, she begged me to save you. So, I made the decision to give my heart to my son. That is the reason Gro Armbrush shot to my chest did not find its mark. I'll leave the rest for you to figure out. It's the same riddle I've given to the Ironbloods.
What?
Major, escort him back to the venue. Our gallant hero seems a bit disoriented at the moment.
No, but like, seriously, what the fuck does that mean? Okay, so like, they did a heart transplant. But like, did he have he wouldn't have had contact with the Black Workshop at that time, right? That would have came after he was Chancellor? Oh my god, look at that.
A resin gun that fires gunpowder bullets? Can't be found by metal detectors.
Okay, let's go back and think about this again. So, this would mean that he had... Because I'm guessing it's that the Black Workshop did some shit, right? You know, Reen had been punctured, he suffered a fatal wound, but apparently it wasn't so fatal that, he didn't instantly die. Osborne was able to take him to, like, the Black Workshop. They did some mumbo-jumbo, gave Reen Osborne's heart, killing him. Osborne gets resurrected via their nonsense or something. I mean, it doesn't really make any sense. I don't know how I feel about the idea that Osborne, like, lived because he literally doesn't have a heart. The symbolism there is a little overt, but I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna, like, get too caught up in how, like, I think the idea that if Reen was, like, stabbed in the heart, that Osborne had enough time to, like, get him somewhere to save him in the first place. I'm not gonna, like, get too caught up in how, like, that doesn't make that much, like, sense technologically or, like, you know, medically speaking, but whatever, you know, I mean, it's okay. I don't know.
Everything falling into place like this is way too convenient. I don't like it.
I still prefer my theory that Crow's weapon was tampered with and it didn't actually shoot a real bullet because Osborne knew he was going to try to assassinate him and his weapon came from the Black Workshop. I feel like that would have been way cooler than Osborne's body isn't like, it's like an artificial construct or something, so he can't die.
Well, I guess beggars can't be choosers.
So like, who are you gonna kill, Ash? Like, why kill Osborne? That's just what I assume you're trying to do. Unless you're gonna try and kill Lecter for some reason, which is like, I don't know. Seems really fucking bad. I mean, it's not Lecter's fault in the slightest. I mean, I guess you could say that Osborne deserves a little bit of blame because he apparently knew about the Hamel incident and didn't do enough to stop it. Like, I'd say he deserves, if anyone deserves blame, it's way more Osborne than Lecter.
I know His Excellency isn't a normal person.
So I could see if he blames Lecter that much for having, you know, essentially no role in the Hamel massacre, that he would probably blame Osborne as well.
But I believe somewhere deep down he still cares for you.
Like, fuck off with that bullshit, alright? You know how much energy it says to say, I'm proud of you? Fucking nothing.
Huh?
Like, Claire, you know, remember the start of the game when he called Reen his worthless son?
Myself, Lecter, Milliam.
You thought I forgot about that. I didn't. You didn't say a damn thing, Claire. You just stood there.
Likely even Rufus as well. His Excellency has personally lent his help to each of us.
That doesn't mean he's a good person, per se.
It's possible he thought of us as a replacement for you.
Thank you. I'll try to sort through all this, somehow.
Reen! Instructor Reen!
I still think you could have written a damn letter. I mean, maybe not like immediately.
His Majesty called you in to speak with him?
But like, you would think after a few years, he's consolidated his power, he's got the Iron Bloods founded, he has the whole, like, all these different secret polices, could have writ a letter. Doesn't have to reveal who you are, just to be like, hey, it's your dad, you know, I'm proud of you. And you can, like, stay in contact that way. No one would find out. Like, I don't know. I can't really condone the whole I had to cut my ties entirely. Like, I can kind of get that you feel like you can't be a major influence in his life, or let it be publicly known that he's your son, or else you risk endangering him. I can get down with that. But at the same time, you could have definitely made the effort, or at the very least, in private, not be a fucking weirdo. You know?
Chancellor Osborne as well.
You spoke with both of them?
Like, if he truly cared, he could be a little sincere, and have tried to make time to meet with Reen in all this, time since then. Like, if he really cared.
You're looking a little bit green around the gills there.
She's right. What happened?
I can't talk about it just yet. All I can say is that nothing is over yet, and something's about to begin. Once this party's over, can we all get together and talk?
Yes, of course. I think I can better explain what's going on behind the scenes now.
If time permits, I'll tell you all about my circumstances too.
Guys, stop teasing me at this point, alright? I want to hear it.
We can come too, right?
Yeah, we're all in the same boat at this point.
You too, Joa.
Of course. I'll be there.
Where's Ash?
He's about to commit some political assassination. It definitely works out well in the past, so I'm sure he'll be fine.
Huh?
I don't see him anywhere nearby.
Wasn't he talking with you earlier, Kurt?
Yes, he said he needed to use the restroom, though that was some time ago.
Is it happening?
Lecter! Claire!
So that's how the Orphan of Hommel's gonna be used, huh? Claire! Million! With me!
That's interesting. So, I mean, he knew that Ash wanted to do something, which, I mean, makes sense.
Let's follow them.
Oh! Where is everyone headed?
Unless he's gonna kill the Emperor? Like... Because, I mean, the Emperor, you could say... I mean, I don't know if he really deserves any blame. I mean, maybe you could say if he played a more active role in, like, controlling the noble houses or something, but...
Did something happen?
I mean, I feel like whatever Ash does could kind of be explained because he's clearly working from a point of emotion and not logic, so I could kind of see him shooting anybody.
Please wait here. I'll go ask.
He certainly doesn't change.
Because, I mean, if he's so consumed with emotion that he can blame Lecter for being an 11-year-old child and not stopping it, then I could see him blaming basically anyone who was even tangentially involved.
But that's what makes him... him.
Who are you? Oh, you're Cedric. I was like, I couldn't recognize
He's
the
a
voice for a
warrior
second.
with an iron will, ready to put his life on the line. It's comforting to know such a person is our leader.
Oh, what? Okay. What? Stop. Stop! I just want to read some of the dialogue again. Why is it doing this? Please. Please stop. Alright. Oh, I see what it is. Because L2 is top to bottom, and my L2 button's messed up. I thought it was the up was getting messed with. Okay, I see what the issue is. The left trigger on my controller is pretty finicky, but... So... He certainly doesn't change. That's what makes him him. Such a person is our leader.
Well, well. It would appear you're already fitting in as a member of the group.
So... I mean, that would mean that he's an... I guess he means he's an Iron Blood, but, like, who is he referring to when he says our leader? He certainly doesn't change. That's what makes him him. He's a warrior with an iron will, ready to put his life on the line. I mean, that sounds like he's referring to... I mean, that doesn't sound like it's referring to Osborne, who would... It sounds like he's referring to Reen. Right? But Reen's not the leader of the Ironbloods. Rufus is supposed to be the leader of the Ironbloods. Unless they're referring to Osborne, who's kind of also the leader of the Ironbloods in the sense that they work for him. Unless they're like, oh, Reen is like considered the unofficial leader for some reason.
I plan to make this announcement during the summer festival.
Because I can see that they want Ash to do something and then they can blame it on Calvard, because I mean, they still seem to be looking for some sort of excuse to invade Calvard, even though I'm pretty sure Osborne could go on TV and say, we're going to invade Calvard, and everyone would be like, fuck yeah, let's do it.
I can't imagine it will be easy.
We're going to invade them because they're ugly.
But knowing you, you're already well prepared.
You're too kind.
Pardon the intrusion.
You are...
Ash Carbide of Thora's Branch Campus, Class 7. The third survivor of Hummel. What have you come here for?
Hummel. So it comes back to that yet again.
I mean, he has the eye thing, which makes me think that since Crow also has the eye thing, that he's maybe related to the Black Workshop in some way, that was the old man who rescued him. And so he's... So, like, why would the Black Workshop want to kill Osborne or the Emperor? I don't know.
My left eye's aching real bad. Been that way since I was a kid. That scene is burned into it. Even years later, when I was taking care of my mom, I kept hearing the voice. Kill the Vile One. Kill the Vile One. The Jaegers that attacked the town were slaughtered. You executed all the masterminds. Hammel's name was wiped off the map. You're the one who let this happen, Emperor. Maybe the Queen of Liberl is just as guilty for keeping quiet. Or maybe the other two, for running away and leaving me for dead.
That seems highly unfair.
Or even that Scarecrow guy, the son of the mastermind. Hey, tell me. Who do I gotta kill to get rid of all this pain?
The curse. Yes, this is the sacrifice from the prophecy. It is only fitting it be me. But don't aim for my heart. That won't do you any good. Aim here. It would be your best chance of killing me, if there is any chance at all.
Ash, was it? It won't work on him. He's no human. I have my doubts he's even capable of dying.
Your Majesty.
I don't want this young man's actions to be wasted. Ash, I am the one responsible for Hummel. Let your years of suffering end with me.
Why the hell would you...
What?
He's pretty dead.
Damn it! He needs medical attention!
Luxonis Medicurium! strong, Your Highness.
Get the medics! He's lost too much blood! Be careful moving him!
Is he the one responsible?
Yes. Unfortunately.
I don't know, I'm so conflicted.
I thought we'd captured all the Calvardian agents.
So they are gonna blame him on Calvard.
Is there a chance he was one of them?
A Verne Company gun made with resin parts. It would not have been found by a metal detector. Unfortunately. I cannot deny the possibility.
Yeah, I guess the question is, where did he get the gun? Then. Oh, that's a neat way to end it. Yeah, I don't know, because I mean, I'm guessing he's not actually, well, I mean, I don't know. I would assume that he was more sent by, I guess, like, really my main issue here is I don't like the devil made him do it, if I'm being honest. If it was that truly Ash was driven by just, like, complete raw human suffering, which is, like, an aspect of it, but it seems like the implication there is that he wouldn't have done it if he wasn't being possessed by the evil spirit. And, like, I don't like that as a justification in general. It just feels like, I don't know. I don't like it being used as, like, I don't know. I mean, I think that sequence is really cool, but I'm still caught up on this whole Curse of Erebonia, the devil maybe do it nonsense.
This is your morning report on ongoing events. As of last night, the Imperial government has declared martial law by order of Crown Prince Cedric. A military command center has been established, and Governor General Rufus has been appointed as its interim representative.
Don't like...
Further, as of this morning, railway access has been severely restricted, not only in Heimdall, but throughout all of Erebonia.
I don't like the idea that they had this prophecy, and they're like, oh no, we're not even gonna try and go against it because it might make things worse. Like, fuck that. Alright? Like, that just seems like such a loser energy. To be like, oh, if we oppose the prophecy, it might make things worse. Like, screw that. Do everything in your power to stop it. That's why there's a fucking prophecy in the first place. Massey's been shot by a military student with an unknown background. Is this sabotage from a foreign country? You can obtain all kinds of feet. Was one of the store students? Foreign country, it can only be... Now, there is an aspect I do like, that like it all comes back to Hamel.
We are currently using every resource at our disposal to determine the suspect's background.
Like, that's a really cool bit of storytelling, if I'm going to be positive.
All of you the moment we are certain. So
because right now I'm feeling, I don't know.
Stay strong.
I've got mixed emotions.
I understand your anger, your sorrow, and your fear, and feel them just as keenly, if not more. And so I pledge to you, we will uncover the truth of this incident.
That, like, how basically every major event in the entire storyline, still 9 games later, all comes back to Hamel. I think that's super cool. If I'm going to be, like, just to inject some positivity into my kind of negative feelings on this whole Curse of Erebonia stuff. And Osborne actually being an indestructible zombie. Which is something that had already kind of been hinted, I mean, not really hinted, like, I mean, not directly stated, but not so indirectly stated by comments and stuff, but...
This is the morning news broadcast for Trista. We're told the Emperor's current status is still critical. At this point, it's hard to determine whether or not he'll be able to
So I'm
recover.
guessing it's something to do with, like, there needs to be a big mass-scale conflict to, like waking all these like hateful emotions that'll resummon the Great One or something. It's kind of like a working theory, I suppose.
Do not become lost in rumors.
Oh, so the Emperor hasn't actually died yet.
Remain steadfast and support one another through this dark time. Have faith that the light of hope will yet show itself and illuminate the path ahead.
Now that kind of, I mean, I guess if he's not dead right now, he probably doesn't die then, I would guess. I mean, the series is very loath to kill people. You either have to be like an objective piece of human garbage like Gunter or Wiseman, and or have committed some sort of crimes that the series doesn't know how to deal with going forward, like Loe and Crow. Here the Empress and Princess Alphen are still unconscious. But he did say the Emperor, not the Empress, right? Yeah, the Emperor is yet to regain consciousness. So he's not actually dead. And I'm of the opinion that if they didn't kill him immediately, they're not going to kill him. But I mean, I do like the idea of Ash killing the Emperor to get some revenge for Hamel, and that being then warped as a way to invade Calvert. Like, I think that's cool. I just don't like Ash only doing it because he's been possessed by a spirit for his entire life. That's been like whispering in his ear. Yeah, I'm still not sure if like the Black Workshop's involved, because Crow had the same eye thing, right? You know, like, the Eye of Balor or whatever. That his ability was called.
Ash would.
So I'm kind of guessing it's the same there. I don't know.
We had our differences at first, but he wasn't a bad person. After everything we overcame together, we grew to understand each other. And I know now, there is absolutely no way he's the kind of person who would commit such an atrocity.
I agree. He was definitely a troublemaking punk, but he wasn't selfish or irresponsible. And despite his lone wolf tough guy act, he'd always help us when we needed him. But looking back, something may have been a little off about him.
It was quite the surprise to hear he was from Hamel. Tita, you knew someone else who was born there, right?
Yeah, I didn't know there was another survivor. He's in Liberl right now. I'd like to contact him if possible.
Unfortunately, we can't use the communication network, and we're not allowed to board Panzer's soldats. To be honest, I'm beginning to worry about Altina, too.
Yeah, where is Altina?
Yeah. Maybe we should have stopped her from going.
Did she return to the intelligence division?
Rain?
Never thought that kid could have done something like that.
It's my fault. Even though he seemed like he was tough, I always knew he was a bit unstable too. I should have done something about it after our trip to Hamel. But I kept getting sidetracked by other problems. I failed him as his instructor.
That's not true, Reen. This is my first time being an instructor, and I'm still a total half-ass. Toa is new here too. Can't just expect to be perfect at it after only a few months.
That's right, Reen. I think the important thing is what you do next. Altina's already hard at work, right?
Well...
2 hours prior.
I received a message through the emergency channel. We've been called to gather. I must report to Intelligence Division HQ.
But...
Are you going to be okay? Right now, things are...
There is no need to worry. I'm sure Milliam and Major Arundel will be there as well. However, I'm more worried about Ash.
Well,
What he did was so out of the blue. There must be something going on behind the scenes.
And that black haze. I bet it had something to do with it.
That's the only conclusion I can come to.
It's possible he was being controlled by some manner of chemical or hypnosis. It is also fairly likely something of a magical nature was involved as well. Therefore, I will attempt to gain as much information as possible. I refuse to leave a fellow member of Class 7 behind.
Allie.
You've grown a lot.
I agree. She's become very dependable.
even if you've been summoned, don't forget, you're still a student of Thor's. If they try to limit your actions, let us know through the emergency comm network. I'll come get you, even if I need to use Valimar to do it.
Get him, Reen.
Instructor Reen.
Yeah, us too. We'll definitely come help you.
No matter what.
Please be careful.
Thank you, everyone. I will do my best not to cause you trouble.
You're right. I can't afford to fall behind the students. Principal and all the others are doing everything they can, too. Look, the principal went to the authorities and Michael went to the RMP headquarters. I hope they made some progress. Reen, could it be? Yeah, it's someone from the old Class 7. We'll learn who that is next time. Well, I guess before we completely end things, though, we're going to start talking about the story for a second. I don't know. I maybe need to think on what I think about everything that's going on and my overall feelings. Plot, like, pure plot-wise, I do like the Ash kills the Emperor to get vengeance for Hamel, and them then using that to set up an invasion of Calvard. I think that's cool. I cannot really get on board with the people of Erebonia have a devil in their ear that makes them do evil shit for some unexplained reason. Also, like, I'm still just kind of thinking about, so Rufus and them all must have kind of, like, I guess I'm wondering to, like, what degree Rufus knew that this was going to happen. Because, I mean, Osborne and the Emperor seem to, you know, that's in their prophecy or whatever, which I know that I don't really like the whole, let's follow this prophecy to the T and make sure everything it predicts happens unabated, because if we try and mess with it, it might make things worse, which seems like kind of dumb. I don't know, but yeah, I guess I'm gonna think on it some. But we'll call it here, and next time we will continue with the story. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part, and bye, guys.